Let's head to the West. Let's head to the West region. Maybe the
Believable.
most interesting region, the region with the most storylines. I'm going to go ahead and just pencil Florida in to the second round, and I'm going to pencil St. John's in to the second round because I can't see either of those teams losing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. UConn, Oklahoma. I told you this earlier. I think that this actually is a really good matchup for UConn because of some of the things that Oklahoma does. They play a lot. They run a lot of ball screens, right? They don't have much weak side action. They have a freshman that is inefficient but explosive, and I think UConn finds a way to be able to get this one done. Although it does not make me comfortable knowing how well Oklahoma has played in certain moments.
Well, one of the problems I have with Oklahoma is in this matchup is that it's not like their defense is taking you out of what you run. Their turnover margin is essentially even, Rob. A team that forces turnovers and creates some chaos with ball pressure is going to give UConn trouble.
Mhm.
And that's what I think they'll see in the second round. In the first round, they get past Oklahoma. They flex their muscles with experience. Alex Caravan wills Connecticut.
Memphis, Colorado State.
Well, I know we're divided on this, or at least I think we are. Colorado State has gone on an insane run. And there is a dynamic in the tournament. This is my favorite part of this thing. I love this event, and I love it for this reason. For the last 4 weeks, Colorado State refused to lose for the most part and found a way to get to this event. That's a huge credit to those kids for fighting their way, for Nick Clifford. I think Nico Medved, like, I hope he stays at Colorado State for as long as he possibly can because I think it's a great program and Fort Collins is magical. I really believe that. But if I'm a high major, like if I'm Villanova right now, put him on the horn.
Hmm.
Seriously. Seriously. And don't tell me that, well, because he was in the Mountain West, he can't win at the high major level. No, no, no. If anything, because he's in there, he can win at the high major level. Get out of here with that. There's so much great coaching in that league. Rob, I fell in love with Memphis early on. I think they're a team. They're another team that could they make the Sweet 16, or could they be out one and done? Of course. I am going to go with Memphis to win this game. I just think they're a little bit too athletic, and I think they've got too many dudes in the backcourt. And Haggerty and Hunter outduel Neat Clifford.
Um, so I really, really liked Memphis when I was confident that Tyrese Hunter was going to be on the floor. And that's my biggest concern is that there may not be a Tyrese Hunter appearance being made in the NCAA tournament. And if he doesn't play, I think that that really limits them. And suddenly the best player on the floor is probably Neat Clifford. And it's a bigger gap between the other ones. So I'm going to take Memphis, and I'm going to go ahead and say, Fana, do you want to flip a coin? Do you have a coin
Yeah.
while we wait for TO?
Yep.
Or you know what? Should we do rock, paper, scissors? Let's do
Or
rock,
should
paper,
we have my
scissors.
wife make the pick?
Yes. Where's Vicky? Have her make the pick. She's TO's pick until he comes back.
Vicky, Memphis, or Colorado State? Memphis is the
Oh,
pick from
come
the
on.
other
That's
room. See, but
unbelievable.
that's why, Rob, there's no, like, I want to tell our listeners if you have a 15 over a two, stand by it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just wear it proud. At
Yep.
the end of the day, none of us get anything for being right. I mean, we can, we're in bracket pools and whatnot, but like,
Yeah.
come on, man, it's for fun.
Maryland Grand Canyon. I'm rolling with the crab five here.
Crab five, too
Yeah.
much. They're pissed off about the way that they ended in the Big Ten tournament. It's out in Seattle. I actually think it's helpful to some of these Big Ten teams that have had to go west,
Mm-hmm.
right? Don't you think that that could be helpful to Maryland? They've done it. They've done it.
They've
They've traveled to
experienced it. Yeah.
Seattle for a game. Their experience. I like Maryland.
Mizzou or Drake. This is an interesting one. This is a tough one.
Fascinating game because there's two teams I really like. Like
Mm-hmm.
if Mizzou didn't draw Drake, I would have taken Mizzou to potentially make a Sweet 16 because Caleb Grill is a stud. Bates has been fantastic, and they're tough, man. Like they Dennis has done an amazing job with that program this year, and it's why he's gotten well deserved, national. Coach of the Year watch lists and whatnot, and they're fifth in the country in offense, but they are 73rd in defense. They're not a great defensive team. And Drake does get stops, and Rob, they play 364 in tempo. That's amazing because that's 364 out of 364. I love this Drake team, and I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to pick the Bulldogs.
So I thought that I was ready to have this be a shoo-in to be Drake. I talked to Randolph Childress about it, and Randolph Childress made the point that what Missouri does is they switch defensively, they switch in that man-to-man, and they force you to beat them in one-on-one situations. They don't let you run your offense. And I am a little bit worried about that with Drake. But I do think they'll be able to do enough because they are so good on the glass. They are so good at forcing turnovers, and I think that will cause Missouri enough problems that Drake gets it done. Drake might have lost to Kendrick Lamar, but he's going to knock off the Missouri Tigers. Texas Tech against UNCW.
What a pull by you.
Wreck 'em?
UNCW, special story. I really like Donovan Newby and Bo Montgomery. I do think it's an interesting one. I do think it's a ball game, but I'm going to go with Texas Tech in this one. I love the Red Raiders. I think that JT Toppin is primed for a huge march of the potential stars who could make their mark. He's one of them. They're long. They can defend anybody. Grant McCaslin is ready, and his team wins this game.
Yeah, I agree. Texas Tech. To me, Texas Tech is the team where it's like, okay, I wanted to put them in the Final Four, and then in the region they ended up in, it's very hard for me to do that. Kansas, Arkansas, the most interesting matchup of the first round, I think, between two guys that are Hall of Famers that have won national titles, Bill Self and John Calipari.
Yeah, I think we got 7 national championships in this region, which is just ridiculous.
It's a lot of national championships.
It's unbelievable. Look, this is going to come down to which team can find themselves from the perimeter. Like at some point, Rob, Kansas has to show, because I think Arkansas is going to say, you know what, we're going to try to control this game by making them shoot. And because we're a little younger and we go through some inconsistencies, you got to pick your poison. You don't want Hunter Dickinson to rule this game. I think Big Z, Zvonimir Ivisic is huge in this game. He's big in this game. Adu Thero can be the game breaker in this game. But I am going with Kansas to win and find a way, and I think they got it out.
I think T.O.'s face right now is my son's face whenever I keep beating him in FIFA.
Good job pick, Memphis or Colorado State?
Vicky picked Memphis. She was the tiebreaker.
Good. Colorado State's winning that game.
Well,
no Tyrese Hunter.
Can we, Vanna? Is it what you're ruling here? Can T.O.? That's the only one that we have that wasn't a sweep.
Go
you're
ahead,
ruling
switch
here.
it. Switch it. Go ahead.
You sure? Are you okay with this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Clifford,
I don't want you.
Has
I don't want you.
Awesome.
No, it's all good. It's all good because then I have that for ammo.
You do. Oh shit, we might have set ourselves up here, T.O.
Yeah, there we go. No, for what? No, we're fine.
By the way, wait a minute. Who picked Colorado State to win the Mountain West tournament?
I think all of us did. I don't remember who did. I know I did. I can't remember. I know you did too, Fanta. But that was one of those ones where it's like you're only supposed to pick one from each league, and then we fucked up who picked who.
I think the graphic says I picked Colorado State. I think I was like 5 for 7 on that graphic.
I think the graphic was wrong. It is what it is. Kansas, Arkansas, T.O.
Gross. The whole game's gross.
Fun game, though. It's going to be fascinating. You got Kansas. Wow.
Yeah, Kansas. I'm going Kansas. Like, it's Bill Self. It's Bill Self.
I feel weird about sweeping it, man. I just do. I feel, oh, God, the second round game is going to be phenomenal. Oh, man.
Florida, UConn, T.O.
Man, Florida looks like Florcon. Florida looks like a wagon. This is kind of testing everybody's theory of like conference champs doing poorly in the tournament. Like,
I'll tell you this: UConn won the tournament, the Big East tournament last year, and then won the
yeah,
NCAA tournament. Like, I think
Yeah,
Florida's on that
Florida.
level. As the UConn fan on this podcast, I, this is absolutely terrifying, and I'm just going to go ahead and say, sorry, Husky fans, I got to do it.
Oh,
I'm gonna hurt.
pitchforks.
It's
That would
Florida's
hurt.
front line. It's Alex
Florida's
Klein.
It's Florida's everything.
Yeah, but
They're just
UConn
so good.
UConn to a degree can knock down some perimeter shots and hang around. What I think is going to cause problems is just the combo of Alex Condon, Ruben Chinyelu, and I've been saying Chinyelu, but I heard Schulman say Chinyelu all throughout the weekend, and then Thomas Hogg, who that kid's really tough, man. They are just, even when they put in Aberdeen. Aberdeen unlocks a different dimension to that team. They're a freaking wagon.
Yep, I'm with you too. Colorado State and the Crab Five. T.O., let's go to you first on that one.
Wow.
Colorado State and who? Sorry.
Maryland.
Maryland, the Crab Five.
I think Maryland's going to get them because of Derek Queen.
Man, special.
And we lost T.O. again.
I fucking give up. I fucking give up. I don't know what to tell you. I can't do this shit.
All right, you're back.
Welcome back, man.
You're welcome back.
I'm about to just pull the plug on the whole thing and then call Spectrum Internet and cuss them out for an hour.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, let's get it done. We got 20 minutes left here. 20 minutes left.
I've got Maryland winning this ball game.
Me too. I got Maryland. Drake, Texas Tech. Ben McCollum versus Grant McCaslin. T.O., give me something.
Texas Tech, because they do a lot of the same things, and I think Texas Tech's just going to be able to defensively wear them down, and they're going to be engaged.
Yep. Wreck 'em Tech, baby. Wreck 'em Tech.
Yep.
I'll take Drake.
Kansas and St. John's. I'll be honest. I don't see any way that Kansas competes in this one. I think they get absolutely run over.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, because I expect them to try to put an effort together. And St. John's goes through these first halves where they can be really cold offensively. You know, they were down 28-25 to Creighton, and then they took off. I think at halftime, there's going to be some folks that overreact. Honestly, one of your best wagers in this tournament could end up being St. John's second half, because the way that they play sometimes in the first half is not entirely convincing. But like, they scored 57 on Creighton in the second half. That's absurd. And they did it because they've got two guys who could break you down, R.J. Lewis and Kadari Richmond. This is where, I like DeJuan Harris, but how does his frame hold up against St. John's guard play?
Not well.
That's a big, big problem.
It's the Zuby Ejiofor revenge game.
Oh, big. Well, he's got to play composed, though.
Yep.
You know,
good point.
You know who made the play? You can't overdo it. T.O., you know it. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. You just wonder here if Rylan Griffin could get, if somebody for Kansas, somebody for the love of God could hit a three.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my Lord, like that's just been, it's been such a conundrum for them all season long. And I don't know how you saw it. He's been flat out bad here down the stretch. We'll see.
Yep.
Zeke Mayo would be the key in that game.
Yep. I have
But I'll take St. John's.
So St. John's, Texas Tech. T.O., give me something.
War of attrition. Both teams great defensively. I'm going St. John's, though. Pitino, the story never ends. That's how good he's been. I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. I think Texas Tech is a really good team. I think they stop at the Sweet 16 because the Fighting Rick Pittinos are going to advance on.
I'm taking Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I think Texas Tech, they have the shooting. I think they have enough ball handlers to be able to make this work. And I think that JT Toppin is going to outplay Zuby Ejiofor at the 5. They're kind of the same role, same kind of player, same kind of position. I'm going Tech. Wreck 'em Tech.
Well, Texas Tech showed their toughness by outwilling Houston at Houston. And that's a really good win evidence when you can play St. John's, because St. John's is reminiscent in playing style to Houston. And Texas Tech had to score 82 in that game.
Mhm.
So Texas Tech can limit you offensively, but they also can score it themselves in a game where you need to. Like, the concern with St. John's is, do they succumb to Texas Tech's toughness and physicality eventually in the game? Do they just and Texas Tech guys can score on St. John's
Mhm.
because you, like you said, they got the length. But sometimes things in March don't always make all the sense in the world. And I think that Aaron Scott would be an X factor to this game, as would Davon Smith's ability to generate some burst. Davon Smith's got to give St. John's something here. He's important. Johnny's win. I'm with Terrence Oglesby. We break the tie.
Let's go.
Florida, Maryland. I'm taking the Gators.
I
think the Gators win this game in
love
15.
Maryland's run, but I'm going to take Florida. Although, if those two brands meet in the tournament, man, would that be phenomenal for college hoops. Those are two passionate fan bases that need a matchup like that.
Mhm. So, which gives us Todd Golden and the Florida Gators against Rick Pitino and the St. John's Red Storm for the right to go to the Final Four. Terrence, talk to me.
Unbelievable.
I think Florida, because they just have so many options offensively, and I think Condon's a freaking problem. Like not only are they going to be able to withstand that pressure because they have so many different guys that could handle it, but I just feel like, man, they just Tennessee on the glass. Like, people don't Tennessee's people to other people. So, like, for them to be able to do that to them was so impressive. And I think they have enough shot making that they can withstand, St. John's pressure.
That
Florida.
game, if that happens, that game is going to be an absolute bloodbath on the boards.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible. Like, it's going to be so big and so physical. Those guys are going to be fighting.
That's a send the officials home game.
Yes.
Just send them home. Let's let the two teams on the floor decide it. I will go with Florida because I think Florida's the best team in the country.